Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is today's project and we're gonna jump right in after I give you guys some quick details. I bought this bar cart at the scrap exchange for $17. I really loved it. It has glitter wheels, which are so cool. I've never seen that before. It also has this outlet, which I've never seen before, so I had to pick this up. Between work and school, this ended up being a 3-day project, so here's everything we had to do on day one. So there's this shelving paper on here, probably to cover up the heat damage that I had to sand off for hours. You'll see later. We also use this Goo Gone to get off the stickiness, and that did help a lot. So I just started by removing that little socket, basically just taking apart the whole cart to make it easier. We painted it in pieces. And my dad gave me this little green box just to keep all my hardware in so I don't lose any pieces. He does this kind of stuff a lot, so he has all different types of little hacks. But I still almost ended up losing a piece. I don't know if you saw that one roll across the second shelf, but I found it. Eyes like a hawk for real. My dad gave me this Denatured I don't know, alcohol, and it's just really high grade alcohol, I guess. It really helped to get off dirt and rust and everything. You can see how shiny it is. It did not look like that before at all. So I ended up using 2 different grits of sandpaper, this really fine one, which helped me with the shelves that didn't have any heat damage and to get rid of texture that was left from the spray paint, and this heavier grit to get rid of this heat damage. You can see is super bad. So that's why they covered it with the shelving paper, I assume, which was even harder to get off. Bro, I was really sanding these shelves forever. And then my dad would come, and it's like back in the day when they would just keep like erasing your answer when it was wrong. It's just like, bruh, like I felt so defeated every time. It was just like I was literally sanding for hours. And then I just used some more of the alcohol just to wipe off any sawdust. And here is another shelf that was severely heat damaged. This was the one that had the paper on it, I believe. So it was really, really bad underneath, and I was sanding that monster hard. So now I'm just changing my sandpaper to the finer grit just for the middle shelf, which had literally no heat damage. I just needed to rough it up for the paint to adhere better. Similarly to when I do my nails. So even though this wasn't the first video I uploaded, it's the first video I recorded, and I ended up being completely out of frame for the first coat. So I'm just showing you the second coat on the shelves here. For the handles, it's the first coat. The black hook I showed you was another one of my dad's bright ideas. It's just to help me to be able to lift it off the ground, any item that I'm painting like I'm doing now, and to be able to hold it while I'm painting it, and also to hang it on our clothesline. So I just ended up hanging them on here, and then now I'm doing the second coat for the handles. So day 3 was a little bit packed too. We needed to find sand for texture, reassemble, and do our final touches. So I'm just pouring some water in this recycled ashtray, and I just dip the sandpaper in the water and I sand it, and it helps get rid of some of the texture, so it's a little bit smoother now. Taking this flathead screwdriver and my hardware, and I'm going to be using those to reassemble. But first, so I don't have to flip over the whole cart just to take the tape off the wheels, I'm going to do that. My dad taped up those wheels nicely. There was no paint on them whatsoever. So I did need my dad's help in the beginning, reassembling, just to be able to create the right tension that you need for these types of things. And then once we got that part secure, it was easier for me to go around and do the rest myself. I would just twist in the screw halfway with my hand on all the sides, and then I would go back around with the flathead just to tighten it up. So my dad, before he walked away, was like, "Oh, do you want me to help you put on the outlet before I go back over?" Because he was doing his own thing outside. And I was like, "No, I got it. It's fine." So of course he came back and helped me put it on. And I just have this little paintbrush. I reused the ashtray again. You're probably not supposed to use spray paint this way, but I really don't care. And I'm just touching up all of the screws and bolts and any little blotches I might have missed. This was a really great idea to do over the screws, just because if I were to spray paint it, twisting them or screwing them with the screwdriver would have potentially chipped the paint. So this was a really good idea on my part. Thank you very much. And I just wanted to show you close up on a part where I had like touched up some white on the shelf and it had messed up the handle. So you can see how well it blends. It leaves a little bit of a different tone when you do it with the brush, but you can't tell unless you're really looking. And if somebody's really looking at your stuff like that, they might be a hater and they don't need to be in your crib anyway. Facts. And here was the final product. Oh, you see that little white part in the corner? Yeah, I didn't catch that, but it's fine. So just a little razzle dazzle to show you guys some ways to decorate your bar cart. I got this off AliExpress. I thought it was gonna be a full rug, but I got played kind of, so yeah. This little rack came off AliExpress as well, and here are some of my favorite records. Cheech and Chong, Richard Pryor for my, comedy buffs. Got some soundtracks, New Jack City. A little Rick James, Average White Band, the vibes. Some Sour Patch action. First they're sour, then they're sweet, Also, this is somebody's mom, but they talking about WAP. I digress. I got this super cute Lil Booties Matter vase from Urban Outfitters. These yellow, are these mums? I don't know, they're cute. They brighten it up. I love them.
Much later.
I got this death sign from Dollar Tree. And these are just some thrifted books that's about inner city life and ethnicity, a Malcolm X graphic novel. This is a little beauty book, very vintage. A lot of these books will be in my favorite thrift finds thus far, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, if you're interested in the vinyls, I will be having a live on my Instagram, so make sure you follow me. Thrifted this little orange and white placemat when I thrifted the cart, and the white box just has all my nail supplies, and here is the final look. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.